Nobody cares how difficult your life is. Nobody is concerned about your struggles. Nobody is coming to rescue you. And that fact alone should ignite a fire within you. Because the moment you accept that no one owes you anything, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting, you quit making excuses, and you start putting in the work. Success doesn't come to those who sit around and hope, it comes to those who grind when no one is watching. So, ask yourself, are you going to waste time wishing someone would care, or will you rise up, put in the effort, and focus on yourself? One of the most empowering truths you can realize is that nobody is truly fixated on you. And this realization is freeing. It allows you to prioritize yourself, invest in your personal growth, and build the life you've always envisioned. Let's break this down. When I say nobody cares, I don't mean people are heartless or indifferent. What I mean is that everyone is the main character in their own story. They're wrapped up in their own struggles, goals, ambitions, and daily routines. Sure, they may care about you in passing, but they're not losing sleep over your challenges or unrealized potential. And that's not a bad thing, in fact, it's a great thing. Because it means you don't have to shape your life around other people's expectations. You're free to define success in your own way. However, with this freedom comes a heavy responsibility. If nobody else is going to care about your success, then it's entirely on you. It's your job to put in the work, to prioritize your own growth, and to push yourself forward. Which brings us to the next point, work hard and focus on yourself. These aren't just motivational phrases, they're a proven formula for success in every aspect of life. Now, let's talk about hard work. The phrase has been thrown around so much that it might feel cliché, but the truth remains, there is no substitute for effort. Success doesn't go to those who wait, it goes to those who take action. But here's the key, it's not just about working hard, it's about working hard on the right things. It's about investing in yourself. Plenty of people spend their entire lives working hard yet never make real progress. Why? Because they're chasing someone else's dreams, climbing a ladder only to find it's leaning against the wrong wall. That's why your focus needs to be on your own dreams, your own growth, and your own potential. When you invest in yourself, you're making the most valuable investment possible. Unlike stocks, real estate, or material assets, you can't lose yourself. You can't be taxed on yourself. No one can steal your personal growth. Every effort, every resource, every second you dedicate to self-improvement will pay off for the rest of your life. Whether it's mastering a skill, developing positive habits, or overcoming obstacles, the rewards of investing in yourself are immeasurable. Now, some of you might be thinking, isn't focusing on myself selfish? Shouldn't I be thinking about others? Let's set this straight, prioritizing yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Think about the safety instructions on an airplane, put on your own oxygen mask before assisting others. You can't pour from an empty cup. By investing in yourself, by learning, growing, and evolving, you become better equipped to help others, contribute to your community, and make a real impact. But here's the reality, no one is going to do this for you. No one is going to knock on your door and say, "Hey, I noticed you're not reaching your full potential, let me help you with that." No, my friends, if you want to grow, improve, and unlock your true potential, you have to take the initiative. You have to put in the effort when no one is watching. You must be willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term success. Let's take an example, suppose you want to start a business. The truth is, nobody else is deeply invested in that dream. Your friends and family might offer words of encouragement, but at the end of the day, they're focused on their own lives. They're not going to write your business plan, make your first sales call, or stay up late grinding to get your venture off the ground. That responsibility is entirely on you. You have to care enough about your dream to put in the work. You have to be willing to learn, to fail, to get back up, and to try again. You must be prepared to do what others won't, so that one day, you can live how others can't. And here's the amazing part, the moment you start taking action, when you truly invest in yourself and commit to your goals, something incredible happens. People start to notice. Not because you're seeking their approval, but because they're inspired by your dedication, persistence, and success. You become living proof of what's possible when someone takes control of their life, works relentlessly, and prioritizes self-growth. You set an example. And that, my friends, is how real change happens. Now, let's talk about focus. In today's world, focus is more valuable than ever. From the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, we are bombarded with distractions, social media, emails, notifications, all fighting for our attention and pulling us away from what truly matters. But here's the truth, your focus determines your reality. Whatever you consistently give your attention to is what will grow in your life. If you constantly focus on other people's lives, celebrity gossip, or fleeting trends on social media, then that's what your life will revolve around. But if you choose to focus on your goals, personal development, skill building, and expanding your knowledge, then that's what will flourish. This is why protecting your focus is crucial. Treat it like the precious resource it is. Be intentional about where you direct your attention. Ask yourself, is this bringing me closer to my goals? Is this helping me grow? Is this the best use of my time and energy? At the end of the day, the path to success is simple: take responsibility. Work hard. Focus on yourself. And most importantly, never wait for someone else to care. You are in control. Now go make it happen. If the answer is no, then it's time to recalibrate. It's time to shift your focus back to what truly matters, yourself and your growth. Now, I can already hear some of you thinking, but I don't have time to focus on myself. I'm too busy with work, family, and responsibilities. I get it, life is busy. We all have obligations and commitments. But ask yourself this, can you afford not to invest in yourself? Can you afford to let your potential go to waste? Can you afford to reach the end of your life only to regret never becoming the person you were meant to be? The truth is, you don't need hours every day to focus on personal growth. Even small, consistent efforts can lead to incredible results over time. It's not about making huge changes overnight, it's about making small, intentional choices day after day, week after week, year after year. Maybe that means waking up 30 minutes earlier to read a book that expands your mind. Maybe it's using your lunch break to learn a new skill online. Maybe it's turning off the TV in the evening to work on a personal project. These small pockets of time, when used with intention and consistency, can lead to extraordinary growth in the long run. Remember, no one is going to care about your personal growth as much as you do. No one benefits from your success more than you. That's why it's your responsibility to prioritize it. It's on you to carve out the time, put in the effort, and stay committed to your self-development. Now, let's tackle another common concern: where to begin. Some people say, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to focus on. My answer is simple: start anywhere. The key is to begin. Pick an area of your life you want to improve, your health, relationships, career, or finances, and take action. Read a book on the subject. Enroll in an online course. Seek advice from someone who has already achieved what you aspire to. The specific starting point doesn't matter as much as the act of starting itself. Once you take that first step, things become clearer. You'll discover what excites you, what challenges you in the right way, and what truly resonates with you. From there, you can refine your focus. Personal growth isn't a destination, it's a lifelong journey. There's no point where you get to say, I'm done growing. There's always more to learn, always new ways to improve, and always greater heights to reach. And that's the beauty of it. When you adopt a mindset of continuous learning and self-improvement, life becomes an adventure. Every single day brings fresh opportunities to challenge yourself, to grow, and to become a little better than you were yesterday. Now, let's clear something up. When I say focus on yourself, I'm not talking about selfishness or disregarding others. Far from it. What I'm talking about is self-responsibility. It's about taking full ownership of your life, your choices, and your growth. The reality is, when you invest in your own development, you actually become more capable of helping others. You become stronger, more resourceful, and more resilient, qualities that don't just benefit you, but also the people around you. Think about it, when you improve your health, you have more energy to support your loved ones. When you advance in your career, you can provide better for your family and contribute to your community. When you expand your knowledge, you bring new ideas and perspectives to your interactions. In other words, by working hard to better yourself, you're not just improving your own life, you're increasing your ability to make a positive impact on the world around you. But here's the challenge, and it's an important one: you can't wait for the perfect conditions to start. You can't sit around waiting until you have more time, more money, or more support, because let me tell you, those perfect conditions will never come. There will always be reasons to delay your personal growth. There will always be excuses for why now isn't the right time. But if you're serious about reaching your potential and becoming the best version of yourself, you have to start now, with whatever you have. Use the time that's available to you, even if it's just 15 minutes a day. Use the resources you have access to, even if it's just a library card or free online courses. Use whatever energy you can muster, even if you're exhausted after a long day. Because here's the truth: small, consistent efforts add up. Just like compound interest turns small investments into a fortune, the same principle applies to personal growth. A little effort every day leads to massive progress over time. Think about this: if you read just 10 pages of a good book daily, you'd finish around 18 books in a year. If you learn just one new thing about your field each day, imagine how much more skilled and knowledgeable you'd be in your career within a year. These small actions may not seem like much in the moment. You might not see immediate results. But over time, they add up. They shape your habits, build your skills, expand your knowledge, and strengthen your character. And that's when real transformation happens. While others may not notice your daily efforts, they will notice the results. They'll see the confidence you exude, the goals you accomplish, and the impact you create in your work and relationships. But here's the crucial part: you're not doing it for their approval. You're not doing it to impress anyone. You're doing it for yourself. Because you are committed to becoming the best version of yourself. Because you understand that your growth, your success, and your fulfillment are entirely in your hands. Now, let's talk about something that holds a lot of people back: fear of failure. Many people avoid taking risks, stepping outside their comfort zone, or pushing themselves because they're afraid of failing. But here's the truth: failure is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It's a stepping stone to success. Every setback, every mistake, and every challenge is an opportunity to learn, to adjust, and to grow. Think about it: has anyone ever succeeded without facing failure? Has anyone ever achieved greatness without encountering setbacks? Of course not. Failure is part of the process. It's how we build resilience, persistence, and wisdom. So instead of fearing failure, embrace it. See it as feedback, not as a reflection of your worth. When you fail, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? Shifting your mindset from avoiding failure to using it as a tool for growth can be life-changing. And here's another thing: nobody cares about your failures as much as you do. Most people are too wrapped up in their own lives to dwell on your mistakes. So don't let fear of judgment stop you from taking action, from putting yourself out there, or from working toward your goals. Finally, let's talk about one of the most important factors in focusing on yourself and achieving success: discipline. Discipline is the bridge between setting a goal and achieving it. It's what turns dreams into reality. But discipline isn't about being perfect. It's not about never making mistakes or never facing setbacks. It's about consistency. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Because motivation comes and goes. Some days you'll feel unstoppable, ready to conquer everything. Other days, you'll struggle just to get moving. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline keeps you going long after the initial excitement of a new goal fades. It's what separates those who succeed from those who quit. Think of discipline like a muscle: the more you train it, the stronger it becomes. And as it strengthens, staying focused, working hard, and overcoming challenges becomes second nature. So, the question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you ready to take control of your growth and your future? Because at the end of the day, nobody is coming to do it for you. It's all on you. And that's exactly why you have the power to make it happen. Once discipline becomes second nature, the question is, how do you develop it? You begin with small steps. Set clear, specific objectives, build routines that align with them, and, most importantly, hold yourself accountable. The reality is, no one else will care about your goals as much as you do. No one is going to push you to stay on track. That responsibility is entirely yours. You must act as your own coach, your own motivator, and your own biggest supporter. That might seem intimidating, but it's actually empowering. It means your success doesn't rely on external approval or support. Instead, it's in your hands, shaped by the effort and discipline you put in consistently. Now, let's touch on something just as essential: celebrating your progress. When you're deeply focused on self-improvement, it's easy to get so caught up in the destination that you forget to appreciate how far you've already come. But acknowledging your progress is vital for maintaining both motivation and confidence. Growth isn't about reaching a final endpoint, it's a continuous journey. Every small step forward matters. Learned a new skill? That's an achievement. Overcame a challenge that once held you back? That's a victory. These moments don't need to be marked by grand celebrations. Simply taking time to reflect, rewarding yourself in small ways, or sharing successes with a supportive friend can make all the difference. Recognizing your progress reinforces positive habits, strengthening the link between effort and success, making it easier to stay committed. But here's something many struggle with when they start prioritizing themselves: handling negativity and doubters. Not everyone will support your growth. Some may try to discourage you, pull you back into old patterns, or make you question yourself. More often than not, their resistance isn't actually about you, it's about them. When people see someone making positive changes, it forces them to confront their own choices, their unpursued goals, and the risks they've been afraid to take. That discomfort can lead to negativity. Your growth may also disrupt certain relationships. Some people have grown used to you being a certain way, and when you begin to change, they resist it. They may try to keep you in the box they've always placed you in. But you can't allow other people's limitations to become your own. You can't let their fears, doubts, or negativity stop you from reaching your potential. This is where the idea that nobody cares becomes a powerful advantage, because when you truly understand that you don't need anyone's approval, it becomes much easier to block out the noise. The only opinion that truly matters is your own. You're not working hard to impress anyone, you're doing it for yourself, for your own future, and for the person you know you're capable of becoming. That doesn't mean you have to cut people off completely, but it does mean setting boundaries. It means being mindful of who you share your goals with and surrounding yourself with those who encourage your progress, not those who hold you back. Remember, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. Seek out mentors, peers, and friends who are also dedicated to personal growth, those with their own goals and ambitions. These are the people who will uplift you, celebrate your wins, and challenge you to keep pushing forward. And as we wrap up this discussion, I want to leave you with a final, crucial thought. This journey of self-improvement and hard work isn't about reaching some final, perfect state where everything is solved, and there's nothing left to improve. That state doesn't exist. Instead, it's about continuous evolution. It's about striving to be slightly better today than you were yesterday. It's about embracing the process of learning, adapting, and pushing yourself forward, because the truth is, there is no cap on how much you can grow, no limit to what you can achieve, and no ceiling on your potential. And here's the amazing part: as you keep moving forward, your capacity for growth expands. Goals that once felt out of reach become realistic. Dreams that once seemed impossible turn into stepping stones toward even bigger ambitions. But none of this happens by accident. It happens because you make a conscious choice, every single day, to invest in yourself, to put in the effort, and to remain focused, regardless of what anyone else says or does. So, I challenge you, make that choice. Choose to prioritize your potential. Choose to work hard, not for anyone else's validation, but for your own fulfillment. Choose to focus on becoming the best version of yourself, not because anyone else cares, but because you do. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares, and that's not a bad thing. It's liberating. It means you get to define success on your own terms. You get to take full ownership of your life. You get to decide who you become. So take that freedom and run with it. Work hard. Stay focused. And watch as you transform your life, one day at a time. Because ultimately, it comes down to one undeniable truth: nobody cares. Nobody cares about your excuses, your struggles, or the reasons why you can't do it. But one day, they will care. They'll care when you succeed. They'll care when you prove them wrong. They'll care when you rise above the doubts, the fears, and the setbacks. But by then, their opinions won't even matter, because you won't need their validation. You'll know you made it because you refused to quit, because you put in the work, because you stayed focused when no one was watching. So stop waiting. Stop overthinking. Stop seeking approval. Start grinding. Start growing. Start becoming the person you were meant to be. Because in the end, your success is in your hands. Nobody cares, so work hard, stay focused, and make them notice.